All right, you guys, welcome back to the Alpha Platform. Before we get started, do not forget to like, subscribe to the channel. So today I'm going to be bringing you all this unhinged story from Ask Gay Bros over 30 on Reddit. You know, as we dive into stories like this on my channel, I've done a few already. As we dive into stories like this on my channel, I really want to encourage you guys to keep sending me emails with topics that are going on in your life. Maybe you have some advice that you want to get from me. Maybe you have a question about a relationship, your finances. I recently helped a gentleman my age with his financial life. Just giving him words of wisdom on how I was able to double my income in under a year. And the things I implemented, the books I was reading, what really helped me to attract more money to me. So with that being said, yes, please keep emailing me. I'm gonna put my email. It'll be somewhere in this video. You'll see it. Yes, email me your topics, your questions, whatever you want to talk about: life, family, being a gay man, aging gracefully as a gay man, romantic relationships, marriage, keeping your marriage together. Just anything that's going on in your life. You want my topics, or excuse me, my advice. I can't talk today. You want my advice? Just let me know, and I will get back to you, and I'll cover it on this channel. Yeah. So today's story is going to revolve around a man that made a mistake with giving his dude a hall pass while his boyfriend was on a guy's trip. So I'm going to read the story to you all, and I want you all to learn from this. And I'm going to give my commentary as we go. Let's get into it. So this story says, am I the a-hole for giving my boyfriend a hall pass and feeling like he took it too far? This is my first time posting here, so please bear with me as I try to keep things brief. My boyfriend, 38, and I, 31, have been dating for about 3 years. We don't have an open relationship, but every now and then, if we're feeling a good vibe with one or more people when we're out, we invite them over. I like to think I'm pretty open minded. I have friends in polyamorous relationships, and many of my gay friends have varying degrees of comfort when it comes to opening up their relationships. Recently, I've been traveling a lot for work, and to spend time with my family, which my boyfriend couldn't join due to his job, this led to a conversation where he expressed that he wanted me to be more present. I totally get it, but my career is finally taking off. His friends, all around his age, plan a trip to Provincetown, a beautiful queer centric town on the coast of Massachusetts, known for its drag shows, pool parties, sex parties, dark rooms, and even the world famous DICK dock. You get the vibe. I've been there once all season with family, so I didn't really experience that side of town, but I've been to Fire Island and Palm Springs, so I thought I had a good grasp of the scene. Given that sex is so prevalent in these towns, and since I was going to be away for a month for work, my boyfriend asked for a hall pass so he could join his single friends on the trip. I thought it was a great idea. I genuinely wanted him to travel, have fun, connect with his friends, and since it's part of the experience in such a town, to have sex with others if the vibe was right. I truly believe I can feel compersion and be happy for my partner when he's meeting his needs with someone else. Knowing his sex drive and that I haven't been around much, I didn't see the issue. This is a yearly trip he and his friends have done in the past, and when we talked about what he did there before, he mentioned going to the DICK dock once. My one request for him was to start on PrEP to prevent HIV ASAP. This was a week before his trip. First of all, it's too late to start PrEP. You need at least 2 weeks of PrEP of daily use of PrEP for it to be effective. It's too late. 1 week is not enough time. Let's go on. And to get a doxy-pep upon his return to prevent syphilis, chlamydia, and gonorrhea. We had left some at home. I left for my work trip and honestly was so busy that I didn't think I need to be in touch on this again. It seemed pretty straightforward. A week passed and he was on his way to P-Town when he gave me a call. We talked about life in general when he mentioned he hadn't started on PrEP. I stayed calm and told him it wasn't a big issue, suggesting he do 2-1-1 dosing, taking 2 pills on the day of unprotected sex, then one the day after and one more the day after that. Up to here, I think I deserve an actual award. This is me speaking. I don't think that's how PrEP is supposed to be used. It has clear dosing instructions. And, the gays making up their own dosing instructions for PrEP, it's not going to work out. You need to follow the regimen prescribed to you by your doctor. There's a reason why these these drugs come with investigational brochures. I'm in pharmaceuticals, by the way. There's a reason why there's brochures about how effective, how to implement this drug in an effective manner. So you don't want to start mixing doses and taking extra pills here and there. It's not going to work. Take it as prescribed. Let's go on with the story. A couple days later, we checked in with each other. We've been trying to keep communication open and honest throughout this whole situation, and frankly, it was the first time we opened the relationship without both of us being present. To my surprise, in the first 3 days, he had already had sex with 5 guys and engaged in other activities with at least 15 others. Oh my gosh, that is just crazy. The first 3 days. I was a bit shocked, as this wasn't my experience, nor that of any of my friends. And to my further surprise, he didn't do the 2-1-1 dosing as I had requested for the scenario of multiple days of unprotected sex. He just took the initial 2 pills and planned on taking one every day of the week. I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure that just taking 2 pills doesn't jumpstart the treatment. And for both our safety, I prefer he take 2 every day, given he was off from it. All right, this is pretty long. I'm gonna skip around a little bit. Let me skip around a little bit, you guys. This is just way too long. After his trip, we talked again for a long time. He thanked me for the hall pass, and we discussed his trip in more detail. It turns out he was the slutty one in the group. Some of the gays didn't even have sex. Some had sex with a few people, but he was the queen of the DICK doc and popular in town. He tried to downplay it, saying it was just the P-Town way, to which I replied that P-Town is what you make of it. And it seems he chose the extreme side of things. My math was correct about the total body count. He then asked me, 1 or 100, why does it matter? To which I had to explain my point about STD control that I had previously made. He was getting pretty frustrated because I didn't seem to understand his point of view. But it still seems he doesn't see mine, and made me feel like a villain for even feeling some type of way. I think I deserve a big apology and an acknowledgement, at least. I told him that he had turned this trip into a hypersexual moment that I didn't think was normal or respectful, given that he was the only one in a relationship. He then told me he wished he had never told me anything, but I 100% do not want that because now I know what he has done. I will be extra careful if and when I am intimate with him. I thanked him for being honest, but he is still unwilling to admit any fault. All right, let's cap this up. It says, anyway, I'm pretty new to this open relationship thing, and so is he. The situation brings up a lot of insecurities about our sex life. And honestly, if I'm feeling insecure, I don't enjoy sex. It's simple math. Like any other couple, we go through phases. And I've been stepping out of my comfort zone to discuss this more openly, making sure he, whose libido is much higher than mine, is satisfied. I keep up, so by no means is he frustrated that he was stockpiling for the next year, or at least that's what I like to believe. I truly love him and think he's the love of my life. Apart from this, we have a pretty happy life. And he's been there for me in ways no one else has, which actually made me feel like he's ready for us to take the next step. So I'm not looking to break up with him. I just need advice on how to handle this. And if there are any similar experiences out there, what is the best way to navigate these situations so we can have a happy and long-lasting life together? Anyway, am I the a-hole for feeling this way? I think a lot of gay men find themselves in these situations where they want to be cool. They want to, make sure their man is happy. They don't want to be the stereotypical nagging female figure in a lot of men's life. Even though we are gay men, we're 2 men in a relationship, we still don't want to have that traditional feminine nagging label placed on us. So we want to be cool. We want to give our dudes hall passes and whatnot. And I really think that's the wrong way to go about it. A lot of gay people, they try to open up their relationships, give hall passes and whatnot, because they feel like it's going to make their relationship last longer. They feel like all men are going to cheat. So why not just give him a hall pass and let him be honest about his cheating? And then he's more likely to love me. He's more likely to stay. But that's just not how the world works. I think I'm not coming down on these people, but I think if this is the way you want to, operate in your relationship, you need to remain firm on your boundaries. Like if you guys had the rule to play together only, stick with that. Don't differentiate from that, because if you do, when it comes to sex, if you give a man an inch in terms of a hall pass, he's going to take a whole mile. And I do think you're right. Like, I think it's disgusting that this dude had sex with, let's say, upwards of 20 people in 3 days. Like that, who does that? Like, think about that, you guys. How many dudes? 20 dudes in 3 days. Like, and that's just what he told his boyfriend. He could have had sex with way more people. Um, be careful out there. I don't, once again, if it's up to me, I would never tell another gay man to give his partner a hall pass. In fact, when it comes to vacations, we go on vacation together. The quickest way or the easiest way to be faithful in a long-term relationship is to go on, vacations together, go places together, try to spend as much time together as possible. If your partner has a different sexual drive or whatnot, he wants to have sex more often and you don't, there's different ways to work around that. You can try to please him doing other things that don't involve you, participating as well. You can still participate in the act in a different way. You may not just, want a bottom or top. You can still do other things to like help him meet his needs. But at 38, the boyfriend being 38, he's way too old for this type of behavior. As someone in their 30s, your sex drive does slow down. I don't understand how he's able to have sex with 20 people in 3 days without the help of drugs. And we know that drug culture is very huge in our community, unfortunately. But I think this dude definitely made a big mistake. I feel like this relationship is salvageable. However, it's going to take a lot of trust building once again. And I feel like once you give your man a hall pass to cheat and he gets like the taste of other dudes and he starts messing with other dudes, it's very hard to close that door, which is why I will never open it. If you want to live that single life, then, be single. Simple as that. Just simple as that. Another thing I'm going to touch on, the boyfriend that, the boyfriend or the author of this post who was 31 years old, you have to really be careful about your career and romantic relationship life balance. You have to really be careful about that because you cannot put your career above the relationship. If you want the relationship to work, you have to find a way to balance both of them at the same time. So, for example, I would never, as a married man, I would never take a months long work trip without my husband. I used to travel for work all the time. And if I were to ever go back to a position that required travel like that, my husband's coming with me. Like that's just that's just how it works. People think, oh, you're insecure, you're jealous, blah blah. I'm not. I'm none of those things. I know myself. I know my boundaries. I know my weaknesses. I know my strengths. And as someone who didn't have an HOE phase, someone who didn't enjoy sex until I met my husband, there's always this lingering part of you that wonders, like, how is sex with other people? How is, escapades with other people? But, I decided to let that urge die inside of me because I felt like my marriage is more important than the thrill of having all these escapades with random dudes that don't care about me, So I just think, be careful about these work trips. Be careful about putting your work life ahead of your romantic life because you're going to pay big time. And stay, just stand strong with your boundaries. If the idea of your man being with another man bothers you so much, don't give him a hall pass because more than likely, like, oh, okay, dude, like, oh, boyfriend, husband, whatever, you can go have sex for another dude. Like, fine, go and do it. But there's a good chance, obviously a 90% chance, he's not gonna stop at that one dude. And, we're just too old to be so naive and to be so childish in our thinking. Do better, bro. Do better. And I'm not saying kick this dude to the curb, but just do better. We have to do better as a gay community, as a queer community. And if you're not willing to accept the consequences of your decisions, your actions, then don't sign up for it. Don't do it. Don't give them a hall pass. All right, you guys, what do you guys think about this story? Let me know in the comments below. Once again, do not, feel free to hit me up in my email address. Feel free to hit me up if you have stories or any situations going on in your life that you want my advice, you want me to cover on this channel. Please let me know. My email address will be in this video. Once again, take care, you guys. Who was back? Will Pat. Peace. I don't wanna see a nigga bluff, nigga kill, nigga up. Nigga, what's up? Nigga, what's good? You and they can't, I still trap in the hood. Cell phone bang all night.